What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got to look at a spectacularly exciting new Transformers card. It's Sergeant Cog, and ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, this one looks fun. Now, this was revealed by the lovely Pew over on Twitter. Gonna be honest, not confirmed how to pronounce that. Peaugh. So, yeah, I'll leave that one up to you. Lovely dude did do our reveal today, and I messaged him. Not only was he like, yeah, go make a video about it, he even went and emailed me the high-quality scan of it to make my job easier. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a very lovely man indeed. I will pop a link to his video in the description. Do make sure you give him a click. Let's make sure we are supporting these lovely ladies and gentlemen who are coming out with the reveals. So, Sergeant Cog, then. This is one of them their new Battlemasters, though we are calling this one a Weaponizer. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Transformer that starts in bot mode, cannot be flipped, but when it is KO'd, you play the upgrade side. So it turns into an upgrade when KO'd. Cool. So as with all of these Battlemasters, and I'll pop links to all the other ones in the description, let's start off having a little bit of a look at the bot mode. It is a 10 cost character. That is a lot for a Transformer that isn't really a Transformer because it can't really transform. I know it does when KO'd, but you know what I mean. During the game, it ain't transforming. And the stats are below average, ladies and gentlemen. For an 8 cost character, we would expect 4 attack, 12 health, 1 defense. We get the 4 attack, we get the 12 health, we get 1 defense. But then it's a 10 cost. So it's an above average cost character with below average stats. This doesn't make us happy. And it has no skill in bot mode. It's just a Weaponizer. So frankly, when we are just in bot mode, this is not a good character. The stats are not particularly good, and it doesn't have a skill. It is a ranged character, which means you can use something like Armed Hovercraft to do a bit of cheeky damage. And it means that you can use Marksman, or Marksmanship as it's actually called, to do 2 damage to one of your opponent's characters in bot mode. But come on, there's a million range characters out there. Okay, it's not actually a million, but there's a lot of range characters out there. In bot mode, there is nothing particularly special about this. I am not particularly happy. It is frankly a fantastically underpowered and underwhelming card. Then it gets KO'd. Then it ends up as an upgrade. And as an upgrade, ladies and gentlemen, this is the polar opposite. This is flat out phenomenal. It is an upgrade weapon. Remember, as soon as it's KO'd, you attach it as a weapon to one of your other characters. It gives +4 attack, which is phenomenal. And it reads, when you put this on a character, draw a card for each character you have on the battlefield. Then you may play an upgrade onto each of your characters. That's ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the +4 attack is great. +4 attack is basically as high as we go, and there are ways to get +4 attack in the game, but they come with significant downsides. So you can get +4 attack using Grenade Launcher, which is an upgrade weapon, but it falls off at the end of your turn. It's a one-time deal. That's not ideal. And then we've got Reckless Charge. But the problem with Reckless Charge is that firstly, it's an action, not an upgrade, so again, it's a one-time deal. And secondly, your character takes 3 damage at the end of the turn. Well, that's not good. This is significantly better than either of them. So in terms of increasing damage, this is amazing. And then, of course, it's got the other stuff going on. Draw a card for each of your characters and give them all an upgrade. Now, realistically speaking, absolute best case scenario, 3 extra characters. Because you're already a 10 cost, which means you've essentially got 15 stars to play with. The reality is you're probably going to be rolling with 2 characters, maybe an 8 and a 7, or another 10 and a 5. You could roll with 3 5s, Or you could go like Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend, or some other really expensive character, and then add in a couple of star cards. That would absolutely be an option. But the point I'm making here is that yes, you get to draw extra cards and attach extra upgrades. It's not quite as good as you might imagine, because the problem is that we're really constrained in terms of how much we're actually allowed to do here. Now, let's say you've got 3 characters out. Well, now you're drawing 3 cards, assuming this is the first character that goes down. Well, hang on a second, that's Universal Network Access. That's a star card. So not only are you getting +4 attack, which is great, you're also drawing 3 cards, which is Universal Network Access, which is a star card. This is wonderful. And you then get to attach extra upgrades, potentially up to 3. And let's not forget that we do have an action card that allows you to attach extra upgrades. It's new designs. So essentially this could turn into a permanent grenade launcher plus 3 new designs plus the Universal Network Access. And I don't care if this is your first Transformers video you've ever watched in your life and you've never played the game. If I'm telling you that I've basically got a card here, which is the equivalent of 5 other cards, well, actually more than 5, because that's assuming you only get 1 turn worth of grenade launcher. That's ridiculous. This is a phenomenal upgrade. But we do now need to go back to this whole rule of if it gets removed, it doesn't go to the scrap pile, it goes to the KO area. So your opponent can essentially do whatever they like here. They can drop a Vaporize, boom, straight to the KO area. Or if they're feeling a little bit more Wave 1 or a little bit more Orange Icon, they can go ramming speed here. There's a million different ways to get rid of upgrades, and no matter what they do, no matter how they get rid of upgrades, it goes straight to the KO area. So that might mean that you only get 1 turn of this. This might be attached, and you get it for the turn, because your opponent KOs, you attach it, oh look, it's your turn, you are going to get 1 turn of this, and that's awesome. But that's it. That's all you get if your opponent drops something like this. But alright, let's say they do. Do we really care? Like, is that really the worst thing ever? Obviously we care. But you still get to attach 1 to 3 upgrades. You still get to draw 1 to 3 cards. And you still get what is essentially a grenade launcher, because you get the +4 attack and then it falls off at the end of your turn. If that is the worst case scenario, if that is the worst thing that happens here, I'm okay with it. That seems alright to me. This seems quite phenomenally overpowered here. This seems like a really, really good upgrade. I mean, if this was an upgrade, 1 star would not be enough. If this was an upgrade card, to be honest, 2 stars might not be enough. If this was an upgrade card, it would be the kind of ridiculous upgrade that everyone would be trying to find space for in their deck. So I suppose that's why it's not very good in bot mode. That's the trade-off here. The bot mode is not good. The upgrade mode is insane. And if we compare it to the other upgrades we've seen coming off the back of Battlemasters, it compares very favourably. Now, we haven't seen very many of these, unfortunately, but we have seen a couple. We've got Airquake Hammerclaw, +2 attack, and if you flip more colours of battle icons than your opponent, you end up with +4 attack. Well, that's just +4 attack, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's way, way worse. Having said that, that is what you get after playing Smashdown, and Smashdown's only a 5-cost character. So that kind of explains why it's significantly worse. Similarly, we've got Private Fire Drive, who is a 7-cost character. And then when that gets taken away, you end up with Duo Charge Electrostatic Photon Cannon. +3 attack, and you can scrap any number of cards from your hand, and then you get +1 attack for each one that you scrap, so you can build up to a really good attack. But that's nowhere near as good. I don't think it's anywhere near as good anyway. And then the only Decepticon we've seen so far is Raider Aimless, another 7 cost, and plus 3 attack. If you flip at least 3 blue, you do 3 damage to the defender. So that is good, but it's not quite as good in terms of adding attack. And although I do love the 3 damage, it's not guaranteed. So okay, it is an expensive character, but it is phenomenal in upgrade mode. So the question you really need to ask yourself when you're thinking about this card, is it worth the 10 stars? Because it might be. And if you do think it's worth the 10 stars, then go for it. But that really is the trade-off here. It is awesome in the upgrade mode. It's very underwhelming in bot mode. And it's a 10 cost character. So there we go. That's my conclusion. But I would very much like to know your conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. So please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. But please do remember the rule. Be nice, would you? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about games like Transformers, but also a bunch of others. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.